Yes, the second part of Super Sunday is an absolute cracker. Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea taking on Liverpool. Let's cross back to Stamford Bridge and rejoin Melissa Reddy.
We've got a blockbuster game at Stamford Bridge. So we've got the blockbuster faces and we've also got a blockbuster battle in the transfer window to talk about. And I know that's where Gary in particular wants to start because he's having lots of fun with the Moises Caicedo saga, aren't you, Gary?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit scruffy. Look, I mean, my club over the years, last 5, 6, 7, 8 years, have been really sort of scruffy in the transfer market. If you remember last summer with Frankie de Jong, and there have been clubs that have done it really well where they've been so precise. And these are two clubs under Roman Abramovich and obviously under Jurgen Klopp in the first 5, 6 years where they've been spot on in everything that they've done in the transfer market. They never went for a player that they didn't know they could get. Deals were done, to be fair, in what I would call secrecy, but you knew sort of it would happen quite quickly and efficiently. It feels like we're in a different market where it's an open sort of tug of war and we're all watching it, and that's unusual for these two clubs. Obviously it's changed in the last 12 to 18 months.
Jamie, what do you feel happened between the hours of Thursday night to Friday morning to lead us in a position on Sunday ahead of kickoff here where Moises Caicedo doesn't have a move yet?
Caicedo worked out he'd be living near him. I thought, nah, I'm not having that.
Like that. Where do we get? I mean, what Gary's just mentioned there, Liverpool, I think for a long time have had the best structure in terms of getting transfers done, getting it over the line. And even in this window, when going back to January, Cody Gakpo was just announced. You know, there was no real sort of build-up.
Didn't they?
Yeah. Szoboszlai, I think the day before there was talk that he's going to come in. It was done the next day. And, you know, Liverpool, it seems to me, they've got a deal done with the club. They haven't really got a deal done with the player. And that's just not right. I mean, how anyone agrees a fee now with a club and then can't get it over the line with the player, that's just not the right thing to do. You don't put the bid in unless you know the player's going to come. So it just doesn't feel like how Liverpool have done business over the last 5 or 6 years under Jurgen Klopp, and it just feels a little bit of a mess, and it's a little bit of a panic because Liverpool have to buy someone now between now and the end of the window to fill that position, and everybody out there knows that, so it puts them in a precarious position.
Sorry, Karen, this isn't part of a wind-up actually, but I thought that yesterday he was obviously considering Liverpool again. Is that gone now? No, I'm not winding you up now. I thought that on Thursday
Who are you speaking to?
No, on Friday I thought that he said that he doesn't want to go to Liverpool and he's going to deal with Chelsea, and then yesterday I thought there was something that said that basically he was considering going to Liverpool again. Is that not right?
No, I don't think so.
No? So he's
You
going
need
to
to stay off social media.
Okay.
Okay.
Both teams have midfield deficiencies, which is why they're in the market, not just for Moises Caicedo, but Romeo Lavia, both of them. So today, who do you expect to edge that midfield battle?
Well, Liverpool have got a good record here. But it's going to be so fascinating, and I'm not sitting on the fence, but I haven't got a clue what's going to happen out there today. And to be fair, I actually think there's an element of probably Jurgen Klopp and Mauricio Pochettino which will go into this game not knowing what they're going to get. It's not a position a manager wants to be in, but they're going to learn a lot from the players today. Obviously, Liverpool are going to go in there all guns blazing with almost like a recklessly attacking team, but I like that. You know, obviously, I think Jurgen Klopp's always been on the front foot. He's going to have to be on the front foot today because I think if Chelsea go at them at the other end, they'll have problems. And for Mauricio Pochettino, he's obviously seen his team in a real sort of, if you like, environment for the first time against a top team and a top coach. I honestly am intrigued to know what's going to happen. I haven't got a clue. And I don't think any of us have, are we really?
No, not really. I mean, I think any result here could happen in terms of anyone could win, it could be a draw. But I think there has to be goals in this game, and I'm just looking at that from a Liverpool point of view. The actual firepower they've got, the goals they've scored in pre-season, but how open they've looked in pre-season, and this role of sort of Trent going from full-back into midfield, that helped Liverpool massively last season in terms of going forward. It didn't fix anything defensively. Liverpool had problems defensively all season, even when they changed the system, and it's carried on right throughout pre-season. And I think if you're Chelsea as well, you think there's going to be lots of opportunities to counter-attack Liverpool in that right flank where, you know, Trent will sometimes be caught in between, but I can't see Liverpool not scoring either with the firepower that they have.
Yeah, I think I've done like 3 of these games recently and they've all been 0-0, but I agree with Jamie, I think there will be lots of goals today.
We've seen a different Chelsea during pre-season, unsurprisingly, under Mauricio Pochettino. More dynamism, functional press, more bodies into the box, but there's still issues aerially and especially in defending corners and stuff. Have you guys noted that as well?
Well, I think if you look at them, they've obviously got a very young squad and they don't have great height. Even the 2 centre-backs, the full-backs as well, they're not they're not brilliant headers of the ball. You know, we were at Burnley on Friday evening watching Manchester City, and we were saying that now Manchester City used to be a diminutive team. You know, you go back to Pep's early team at City, and it's like, say, they struggled on set pieces sometimes because they only had maybe the one or two centre-backs. Fernandinho was in midfield with De Bruyne and Silva, and then they had Sterling, Sané and Aguero up front. Whereas now you look at this City team, they've got 4 huge defenders. They've got, obviously, Haaland up front. They've got Rodri in midfield. They've got 6 giants. And that's a big asset to have, I think, in defending set pieces and scoring from set pieces. So Chelsea are going to need to deal with that because it'll undermine all the work that they do on the training pitch, which will be brilliant work by Mauricio Pochettino if they concede from set pieces.
Carrie, you might be scared to talk about short centre-backs again, given what happened last summer with Lisandro Martinez.
Well, I mean, if Lisandro Martinez wants to concede 7 at Anfield again, I'm all for that. Don't worry about that. No, he come in and did really well, but more often than not, you need great height in your team, certainly at centre-back, because the game's so technical now, and Gary's right. So if you want to play that brand of football, more often than not, you've got diminutive players, you know, getting into pockets, getting on the ball between the lines. So you do sometimes lose out on a height of maybe a big centre-forward or 2 or 3 midfield players. So, yeah, I think that could be a problem with Chelsea. But the thing with Chelsea, I'm talking about Liverpool, you know, maybe worrying in terms of defensively coming here, but Chelsea, there's been that much change. You don't know what it's going to be. I know it was quite impressive in pre-season, but you think how poor Chelsea were last season, and just to flick a switch with a new manager in a pre-season, I don't see that. I think that's why probably most people, I would think, will probably put Liverpool maybe ahead of them in terms of getting into a Champions League position ahead of Chelsea, because I think it'll probably be a good 12 months before we see the real Chelsea of Mauricio Pochettino.
Right, given we have 3 battles going on with this team, we're going to get 3 predictions. Lavia, Caicedo, and the game predictions.
Ooh.
Well, it looks like Caicedo's coming here, if my social media reports from yesterday aren't true. And they're going to pay 115 million for him, which is a stunning price. Lavia, that was really interesting watching Liverpool, because we talk about sort of not being precise on Caicedo, but actually to have bids for Lavia turned down by Southampton, I thought that was really strange and odd for Liverpool. 44 million, 46 million, then they want 50. So for me, I think Liverpool will end up with Lavia. By the way, I think what Chelsea did here to Tyler Adams, by the way, wasn't right. You can't have a player come and doing a medical and then saying, by the way, we're not signing you. That's not right. So we need to say that. And then the other one is the result today. I'm going to go for just a Chelsea win.
I'm going to go with Caicedo coming here, and I'm half expecting him to get paraded here about 4:25, just to whip the crowd up. I think Lavia, Liverpool have to sign someone, and they almost can't allow Lavia to come to Chelsea or go anywhere else now, because, you know, they're desperate. They need to play in that position, and I'm going to go 2-2.
Right, there you have it from them. You can find out who will win the Battle of the Bridge here, who will win the transfer battles between these 2 teams on Sky Sports News.